Many Sith that we know of revel in the fact that they are capable of killing Jedi, and jump at the opportunity to kill or fight a Jedi at a moment's notice. Maul wanted to prove his superiority to the Jedi because of his allegiance to the darkness, blaming them for not finding him as a young child, and saving him from the horrors that he would experience at the hands of Darth Sidious. Sidious himself despised the Jedi. In fact, after his empire rose, it was one of his favorite pastimes to watch Jedi fight each other in single combat, promising the winner that they would have a place among his new empire. However, every single time, Sidious would kill them on the spot, forcing them to first abandon their morals and their code, and then executing them, destroying the final thing that the Jedi had, their very life. Vader was one of the most famous Jedi killers of all time, blaming the Jedi for abandoning the way of the Republic, and abandoning the Republic that they swore to protect. In Vader's mind, the Jedi were utter traitors, and every Jedi deserved to die, no matter how young or seemingly innocent. This is what makes the Sith Lord that we'll be discussing today extremely interesting, his relationship with the Jedi especially. We're obviously talking about Darth Tyrannus, Count Dooku, the apprentice to Sidious over the Clone Wars conflict, and the predecessor to Lord Vader himself. Dooku had an interesting relationship with the Jedi, and it's very clearly stated that Dooku despised the upper orders of the Jedi, specifically again the Jedi Council and its leaders, such as Yoda and Mace Windu. Dooku's larger problem, however, was not actually with the Jedi Order, but it was with the Republic. Dooku himself explained that the reason that he was a Jedi for so long was that he believed that as a Jedi he was the most influential being he could be in the galaxy at the time, and could do the most good for the Republic, seeding out all of the corrupt individuals that worked there, and that governed over the more innocent people. Dooku's true issue was again with the Republic, not the Jedi. He believed the Jedi were fools, but he did not outright wish to destroy them. This is why on multiple occasions we see Dooku attempting to shift Obi-Wan Kenobi over to his side, and over the Clone Wars, especially in Legends continuity, multiple times Dooku was seen attempting to sway Jedi Knights over to the path of the Separatists, and not outright killing them like his master would or later Vader would. But why exactly is this? Let's go a little bit more in depth, as Dooku's relationship with the Jedi is one of the most interesting in Star Wars that is only seldom touched upon. As stated, Dooku's real grievance was not really with the Jedi Order itself, but the Republic that they served, believing that in its purest form, at least initially, that the Jedi were a good force in the galaxy, only that they served a greater evil in the Republic. Eventually, Dooku believed that in order to stop this, he had to tear down the Republic entirely, joining the Sith and his master Palpatine, hoping that one day he could establish a brand new order in the Empire. A place where in Dooku's mind, the Jedi would actually have a role to play. Dooku was under the impression from his master that many of the Jedi would actually be allowed to join their cause after the Clone Wars ended, and after much of the Jedi Order had been decimated. It was never Count Dooku's desire or intention to carry out a full-fledged Jedi purge. In Dooku's mind, together with the help of his master, they would re-establish the Sith rule of one, all of the Sith bowing to one master, hopefully potentially one day Dooku himself, but established in a hierarchy where many Sith Lords would be welcomed, and many Jedi that Dooku perceived as misguided may be allowed to adopt the Order of the Sith as Dooku had, and not be killed, all of them having an important place in Palpatine's new empire. This was of course though a lie, and a ploy by Palpatine to sway Dooku to his side. Palpatine had no intention of offering any of the Jedi that managed to escape Order 66 a role in his new empire, or even more outlandishly, a role as a Sith Lord. Going on to further discuss Dooku's relationship with the Jedi, it is true that Dooku hated Yoda and Mace Windu, especially Yoda as he was the leader of the Jedi, and in many ways, Dooku blamed Yoda for the Clone Wars conflict, and for Yoda's compliance with the Republic that was now completely corrupt, something that Dooku did not understand, and did not understand how Yoda could turn a blind eye on all of the evil going on in the government that he served. He held the Jedi Council responsible for the sins of the Jedi. However, more common Jedi Knights, against at the time of Attack of the Clones such as Kenobi, he did not hold responsible. In fact, at many moments and scenarios during the Clone Wars, Dooku outright refused to kill Jedi that he had captured or defeated in combat. Although he absolutely would not hesitate to kill a clone trooper, the Jedi were different. Make no mistake though, Dooku was absolutely willing to kill a Jedi if he believed they would not turn to the dark side, but this was not often Dooku's first choice when faced with the situation. Instead, Dooku wanted to make a habit of sparing Jedi, making the Jedi question their very stance as Jedi Knights, and the Order and Republic that they serve, seeing a glimpse of kindness from the Separatist leader, even if this kindness was only meant as a manipulation tactic. This actually worked on several occasions, as by the end of the Clone Wars, Dooku had a small army of darkside acolytes comprised nearly completely of former Jedi that had grown sickened by the war crimes during the Clone Wars, coming to the conclusion that Dooku had as well, that the Republic must fall. Again, this is a relationship that I find really intriguing, because inherently, Dooku doesn't necessarily hate the Jedi Order. In reality, Dooku noticed just how much of his life he had dedicated to the Jedi Order and protecting the Republic, and he realized that many of the Jedi were misguided and wanted to offer them a second chance that his successor in Lord Vader never offered Jedi. The complete eradication of the Jedi Order was never on Dooku's agenda. That was his master's plan. Dooku required a greater destiny for the Jedi, and that is why he refused to kill many of them over the Clone Wars conflict. Something that Palpatine was fine with, as at the end of the day he knew that all of those that served Dooku, as well as Dooku himself, would one day be executed. It was never Palpatine's plan to have Dooku a part of his empire in the slightest. Dooku was a pawn and a means to an end, and those Jedi that served him as darkside acolytes were less than pawns. Anyway though, what are your thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts on the complex relationship that Dooku has with many of the Jedi Knights over the war, and how in many scenarios he outright refused to kill them, believing that they all had a greater role to play in the plan of the Sith? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching the video. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.